travel to Thailand. You see, I go to my girlfriend. My girlfriend is not Thai. She's German. She's 19. Even if it sounds impossible, she is 19. I will put some photos of us here. I think it is important. It is important because there is such a big attack against connections with huge age gap, especially if the one is exactly ended the teenage time. And I will tell here much more. So it was like we met in Thailand. I visited her already there, and so we agreed, and she was happy I come. This is what she wrote, and a few days before she got some dehydration, vomit, and she wrote she had to go to the hospital for a few days because of dehydration. And after I wrote, okay, what time I arrive, and would she be, where do we meet? Because I don't know. It was the next day, and I asked her to answer in a few hours. And she said at the moment, no, at the weekend she has a party where she go away with the people there at the place to finish the situation, because she travels in Australia, and it would be better if I would visit her in Australia. So she didn't answer. I still believe, but after I called the hospital, she named where she was. And in the hospital they said they had never a patient like her. And then it would be for me clear, probably the whole was a lie. So she just lied, and I asked for me for what? Because she could simply say that, Balazs, no, let's end it, our relationship, or I met someone, and it would have been alright for me. It had happened as well in me. And I got nothing, but I got an invitation even to spend money to travel to Australia, and I work for my money. The travel to Australia, just a flight ticket there and back, cost so much as the whole trip to Thailand back and being there. So as for me, it is very rude what she did. And after I wrote a few times that I stay polite, just please tell me what really happened. And I feel like it's very wild that is there a person and tell me I can trust her, and then she disappears from one moment to the other. And as well, I thought then probably she met a boy, and the boy, because she had a very huge sexual interest. It is not about anything else. Because at me, she said as well that it is one that it's very, very important for her. And as well, he visited some locals in Germany, TikTok bars, and this is pure about sexuality. Or he visited some places where men was naked or were naked. So I think she was not able to. For her, this is the important, and she never asked me about my life. She never was able to show interest. For her, the interest was like eating hamburger, making a tattoo like Hannah, and what kind of nail she has got, and that was all. So I find it very, very simple. But she wanted to learn medicine, and I am afraid what will happen that if there is a doctor and she sees the patients as her tools and is not able to think about he makes harms or it's as possible consequences of her treatment. She has no interest in others. She is focused on herself, on her bodily wishes, and he is not able to involve in it to be connected personally with emotions. I think probably she is psychically ill. So the bad thing, I already booked the whole trip fixed. So that's why I sit in the airplane. Anyway, I haven't done this trip, and I didn't spend money for it. I contacted as well her parents. I wrote them that no one was so rude in my life with me. So it's not the bad that thing that she goes away. No, it's okay. The bad thing is she disappears, and the bad thing is she makes trust, and it been delays all the time. It is rude. It is. I think it's psychical abuse. And playing with someone, I tell you, you can trust me. I am there for you. And the dealing totally differently at the end. But the whole was a lie. So then, no really to say I have no girlfriend like that. But in the way I thought as well some other thing. Many women until now they find me very attractive, even if they are children, even if they are women of 20 or 30 or 50. So I look probably quite good. But as I have been in Vietnam, there happened a thing that shows the problem, shows the problem of all the people. All the people today are ill. The illnesses that they lost, what makes the life beautiful. Every little child born like they now understanding the things how they come into being makes very happy. And if it would stay, the happiness would be that you find totally interesting and totally touching if someone opens up and shares with you her life, his life, her or his emotions. And that is the bond between two persons. And it is the bond between people and other living creatures. So it will make not just peace, but as well as harmony between nature and between people. We all lost this. What did happen? What is in our life? And in our life is that everyone has born so, but there happens as mother and father never practices as it already as an adult. So love is missing today. Love normally based on the special human ability. The special human ability we forgot. It is abstract thinking. It is very close to understanding things. Without abstract thinking, you cannot understand the more things. You have to see abstract what is power that you can describe. Okay, I see now the behavior of power, and there is many more things. So the thing is, he lost abstract thinking. As father and mother don't practice it, the father and mother don't understand their children. So the children get the feeling mother and father don't understand me, and for them it is equal. I am not worth, and that is a pain that everyone takes for the whole life. It is a psychical harm, and people would like to cover this harm through misusing power, through abusing power. This is our life. From this comes for quite all suffering, attacking each other, wars, climate change. This is our life, this is our history. And we destroy now our surroundings, we make our wars, and we destroy the next generations. Today, mostly we don't know. Every generation lost 1 cubic centimeter of brain mass. So your ancestors, if you are a woman, your ancestor lived 5 to 30,000 years before. They had a bigger brain with about 18%. And if you are a man, then your ancestor, the same age in the past, they had 10% bigger. So it, as a woman, it makes as a tennis ball, so it's big. And after a time, if you have no brain, you have no tool to think with. And what makes us successful in life, it made us successful people in life, is that we have a brain, we can think abstractively. And this is exactly what we destroy. We destroy with every generation. We destroy because we have a made-up relations based on sexual interest and based on tradition. This is the two main way how we do it in the world. But we attack every sign of if there would come real love that based on understanding the content in the other. And for a child, it would be the most important father that the parents understand the content of them, then they could help them. It is not the case today. So every child gets suffering for the whole life, and they start to cover it through misusing power. I would like to show an example for it. As my girlfriend made me her friend, so I didn't like what she did. She took me in a party, and she started to embrace me. She showed me signs of heart, and already it became for me clear what she wants. And okay, I embraced her back, but not because I find it good. Unfortunately, on the way finding the content important, I couldn't find any partner, so I could decide I stay alone, or I take over what the world do around me. So I accepted, so we started a relationship. All in the surroundings, they were as well 20 years old boys and girls. They attacked me. They attacked me very rudely. They pushed me on the side. They showed me their backs, or they put the girl beside them, among them, that they, with the wish she cannot dance with me. This is what had happened. And then the girl stood for me. She stood for what that she wanted me. And then we started the relationship. The next day I felt it was very rough, it was very rude what they did, and no one apologized himself or herself. Why? Because it is the mistake, it is the illness sitting in every people. We are very afraid of, we are the most afraid of facing ourselves, our own shadow, our own dark side. This is our illness. And this is got from mother and father, because as a little child, they didn't understand us. And for the little child, for us, it meant we are not worthful. And as we are not worthful, we cannot see. This is the biggest pain for us, to face we are not worthful. We made something bad. So that's why people are not able to apologize. And until you are not able to apologize, until you are not able to face your bad doings, you will do again and again the same mistake, the same attacks, even if you destroy the life of your children. There is another woman, she's now 25, I know her since she was 23. She is an African woman, and she wants every time to marry me, and she makes regularly manipulation, making pressure, being aggressive, because I don't like this, and she is never able to tell it out that she does it. And this was my mother too, and my mother did many hurts for her children. She was never able to face the problems, her problems, and as well if the children have problems, because her children was in her head, same with her, so she was not able to face her own problems. So she pressed problems after each other in us. And this is the same with this woman. So she will harm her children, and she doesn't like her children. I haven't seen any woman loving her children. I have seen women, they have big feelings to their children and they call it love. But what kind of love, what kind of life they give for their children? The children suffer, they have no money, they have got work they don't like, they don't find their partners, their happiness. And it could be avoided if people would practice understanding, if people would practice the thing that makes really happy, but every little child knows, every one of us born like that. We know the happiness comes from understanding how comes something into being. And now we could change the world, we could change everything, or our bad history, because from this moment you know already, abstract thinking is the key. If you practice abstract thinking, then you will be interested in content. You will choose a partner because of her contents. Your life will be happy because you go home to a partner to a content, not a surface that disappears, but to a content. You live your life with a content. How he or she attacks you, how he or she makes you pressure, how he or she makes gifts for you and happiness. You will understand your children. You will know what will be their life. You can do. You can make a life happy and peace. No, maybe you find boring what I told, because I sit here and I just speak in an airplane and it is boring. It has to be shown. It comes the big wave, the big shark, or something, bombs. And this is just speech. So, as my classmate told, they just see a face speaking. And if a face is speaking, it has no verse. The verse is the appearance today, but we could change it.